There are no shortcuts to getting highly coveted press coverage for your brand, only smart cuts like the DIY PR project. Learn how to grow your brand's credibility with PR on a budget with me by your side. This program is your all-in-one membership with expert training, customizable templates, and a supportive community to cheer you on every step of the way. Join us and start growing your business with free publicity today. Sign up now at diy-pr.com. Welcome back to Grow Your Wealth, the podcast for entrepreneurs looking for actionable insights and advice to grow your business without burning out. I'm Rena Goodwin, your host and founder of Factor PR, where we help brands build their reputation and visibility through storytelling that actually converts. And today's session is going to be a super practical one. If you're the kind of person who loves to plan ahead, or maybe you're in that space right now where you're like, okay, it's summer, what should I actually be talking about? This one is for you. We're diving into your Q3 PR and content strategy playbook. We're going to talk a little bit about what the media is covering, what your content could focus on, and how to keep your brand top of mind through July, August, and September. So whether you're a service provider or a product-based business or a little bit of both, I've got some ideas for you that are timely, strategic, and actionable. Without further ado, let's get into it. First and foremost, I want to cover why Q3 actually matters. It's not a throwaway season, as so many businesses sometimes assume. Summertime, things slow down, people are out of town. Here's the thing about Q3. It gets often overlooked, and everyone's either coming down from these spring launches, it was certainly a busy season, or they're holding their breath until the holidays and going dark, or at least quiet. But I'm here to tell you that Q3 can be a real hidden gem for your business. While your competitors or others in your industry are slowing down, you could be showing up. Editors are still working, consumers are still spending, and there's this sweet window of opportunity where inboxes especially are a little bit quieter and attention can be a little bit more available, especially in the media. And even better, this is a moment where you can work both sides of the calendar. You can pitch and create content that's relevant right now, like midsummer self-care or travel tips, while also planting seeds for what's coming, like fall routines or even holiday gift guides. Yep, holiday gift guides, my friends. Christmas in July, all day in the media world. I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a few moments. So instead of seeing the summer season as a lull, I want you in this episode to see it as a launch pad. So let's talk a little bit about some of these themes that the media especially are loving. And I love translating these themes, not just from our media outreach, but also in terms of your content strategy as well. So what kinds of stories are being told in the media in Q3, and how can your brand plug into them? So the media, no surprise, loves anything that is seasonal, that is helpful to their readers or their listeners, and even just a little bit unexpected. So here are a few themes that are showing up everywhere. So first up, no surprise, summer wellness and self-care. This is a huge one. So think things like hydration, sun protection, post-sun recovery, cooling rituals. How this might look like if you're a product-based business, it might be a lightweight moisturizer or a calming face mist and doing a series on that. If you're a service provider, on the flip side, maybe you're offering something like skin smoothing facials, lymphatic drainage massage for travel bloat, or tips for resetting your routine after a vacation. Speaking of vacation, we also have travel and on the go, especially as it pertains to gadgets, tech, wellness. saving money while traveling, staying safe while traveling. Editors and readers are obsessed with what to pack, how to pack well, how to stay regulated while you're on the road, and what essentials you just can't live without while you're traveling. If you're, say, a therapist or a coach or even a functional practitioner, you could think about how to take on travel stress, travel sleep disruption, or staying consistent in your routines while traveling. And then we can't forget about things like fall prep. I know it's still July, but editors are already working on September and October issues when you think from a long lead perspective. So that means start thinking in Q3 about back to school campaigns, about back to your usual work routine, immunity boosting. Nobody wants to think about getting sick again, but we know that illness tends to spread more in the fall and winter months. So this is a great idea to start talking about that in late Q3 as you look ahead to Q4 as well too. Also think about things like fall skincare, getting ready for the holiday season, cozy home rituals, how you can transition from summer to fall as well. These are already things in the works behind the scenes at your business, I'm sure. Now is the time to pitch those stories. Now is the time to start creating content for your socials, for your blogs, and so forth that are really geared towards these things. At my agency, Factor PR, we're always working several months ahead. And even at the recording of this particular podcast episode, didn't record it in Q3. I recorded it in Q2, but always thinking ahead is going to help you be more responsive instead of reactive to things that your business might need in the short term as well too. Lastly, there's this quiet but powerful thread that has been trending the last couple summers, especially in the media landscape, and that is that of slowing down and simplifying. People are really craving ease. So, whether that's eco friendly swaps, minimalist routines, or even doing some meaningful mindset work as a business owner or on behalf of your clients, you have a way to help people to do less but better. That is a huge point of entry into the summer months. But let's also not forget about some key dates that we can build around as well too. We talked a little bit about trends, but let's also talk about dates on the calendar that you can either newsjack or align your business with as well too. So beyond just these themes, let's talk about these dates because there are some powerful hooks baked right into the calendar that we know that are coming. Starting with July, first month of Q3, lots going on. If you live in the United States like me, we have upfront Independence Day. And this year it falls on a Friday, so consider it Independence Day weekend. Also, for many businesses, the new fiscal year is top of mind. It's also technically the halfway point of 2025 as well too. So think about how these things can translate into your business and translate as content in your business that you can share as well. In other words, what is your unique perspective that you can share? How can you fold in your offer or your products into some of these key dates that are coming online in Q3? So one example is if you are a finance coach, you could do a content series on money moves for the second half of the year, especially when we know that a lot of businesses and consumers have been struggling economically speaking. This could be a way to step into your expertise and help people while keeping finance opportunities in mind. July is also UV safety month. So amazing for dermatologists, med spas, skincare brands, doctors, Mohs surgeons, and more. We work with a lot of those at Factor PR and in the DIY PR project, along with Realfluence. So keep that in mind. It's also Minority Mental Health Awareness Month, which gives therapists and wellness pros, business owners, and more an opportunity to share thoughtful, inclusive content that really matters. And here's one that you might not know, but piggybacking off of the wellness themes is July 24th is National Self-Care Day. Yes, a whole day dedicated to what so many of us are preaching every day, including here on the Grow Your Wealth podcast. If you're in the business of wellness, beauty, mental health, or even mindfulness, don't sleep on National Self Care Day. You can tie in content, promos, events, and more, anything that reflects how your business helps take people take care of themselves. This is also a great launch day for a new product. Even a little behind the scenes here at Factor PR, we have a beauty product client that was supposed to launch in early July who unfortunately has faced some setbacks based on when they're going to get their product in. So we made lemonade out of lemons, and we are now launching this product on, you guessed it, July 24th, National Self Care Day, which we also know is a day that is top of mind for media, thinking about how to implement new self-care rituals into your day. And also just really sounds good, right? When you're thinking about it from a messaging perspective. Let's move ahead to August. August is National Wellness Month, so one of the most aligned and valuable months of the year for health and wellness brands. It's also when back to school content starts to flood the media. And even if your brand doesn't serve parents directly, this idea of back to routine is really universally relevant. So lean into it. Think productivity hacks, morning rituals, systems that support wellness during any kind of busy transition period. And then we get into September. So, September, we have a little break. Again, back here stateside, we've got Labor Day, the first Monday of September. And then the rest of September, you can expect Self Improvement Month, Skincare Awareness Month, Healthy Aging Month. Some of these go really, really hand in hand. Amazing opportunities to talk about transformation, whether that's physical, mental, or emotional. And don't forget, this is when people start quietly craving structure again. They're also thinking about working smarter, not harder, as the holiday season really begins, especially in the media world. Holidays, I mean, I just mentioned, really begin in July is when we start pitching for longer lead opportunities. But for most consumers, they're really thinking about holidays beginning as early as September. So it can be a really stressful time of the year. So great time to start unveiling some key content from your business that helps your clients, your patients, your customers maybe work smarter, not harder, maybe make their products work harder for them. Things along these lines. September can be a really great opportunity to roll out as well. Let's talk a little bit about pitch ideas. So, for those of you that we work with or that are listening to this podcast pretty frequently, you know that we work with a lot of media as well as a lot of service providers. So, I wanted to give you a few examples of how you can really lean in to some pitch angles in Q3. And these are stories that we know here at Factor PR editors love to tell this time of year. So, first up, let's talk about summer self care strategies. Again, summertime, it's hot. We are going into a season where we are going out of our routines. Kids are home from school or in summer camp. So we got to remember to put our oxygen masks on, or at least leave them on in the summer months. So this could come from a therapist talking about managing social exhaustion. It could look like a coach talking about reclaiming routines, a facialist sharing how to rehab sun-soaked skin. If you have a fashion brand, a swimsuit brand, maybe you are a personal trainer, also talking about taking care of your body during the summer months and really coming full force with body positivity, right? People are wearing less clothing in the summer, and this can be top of mind for folks too. Then there's also the burnout recovery angle. So, speaking of getting hot, we know that exhaustion creeps in mid-year for sure. Again, we're halfway through 2025 at this point, and people might be questioning their goals. People might be questioning their direction. Okay. It happens, you name it. If a mental health pro or wellness practitioner is listening, this is a moment that we can also say, hey, you're not lazy. You might be burned out mid year, and here's how to bounce back. What a powerful narrative that can be just at the time when people need to hear it, particularly before things get crazier during the holidays. And we love a seasonal reset offer. Maybe you create a 3-session coaching package or limited time facial bundle. Position it around people who shift from summer to survival mode to fall alignment, just to say the least. The key is to name what's happening, to validate what's happening, and offer a clear way through it. And as I mentioned, if you're interested in securing longer lead placements for your business, believe it or not, again, we start pitching for things like the holiday season at the start of Q3. So if you're a product-based business, keep this in mind, okay? So whether you're selling advent calendars, gifts for mom, handmade gifts, Q3 is the time to start setting your gift guide pitching strategy. So gift guides will absolutely do an episode on here later on the Grow Your Wealth podcast, but they're fabulous for visibility, fabulous for credibility, and great for sales as well too. Let's keep moving, my friends. So a few content ideas that can reinforce the public relations side of things. You've been around with me long enough. You know, I always say that your PR strategy and your content strategy should be best friends. So what you're pitching to the media should be pitching in your content as well too. So if you are, let's say, working on a story angle with summer reset ideas to a magazine, align your Instagram or TikTok stories, reels, email, newsletters to reflect that same energy. If you're being quoted as an expert, let's say on a piece on sun recovery, your blog and TikTok should be establishing your point of view in that space as well too, but again, in your voice. So just to help you get some ideas to get your wheels turning a little bit. Share what's working right now for your clients. That's usually your best content and can even make a great pitch angle as well too. Let people behind the scenes of your seasonal shifts at your business as well, and talk about how you reset after summer travel or late nights or inconsistent routines that might be applicable to your clients as well too. And please, I want you to also mark July 24th on your content calendar, but also your personal calendar for National Self-Care Day. It is such a great opportunity to share personal perspective, remind your audience to take a beat, launch something special, or even just share a heartfelt post. But take care of yourself that day as well. Take care of yourself more than just that one day of the year. But on this one day of the year, we can be mindful of our own self-care as well too. So I want to leave you today with a short and sweet summer strategy checklist. So quick and to the point. Number 1, pick 1 to 2 seasonal things that genuinely align with your brand. Number 2, draft a couple of timely pitches. They don't need to be long. They just need to be relevant. If you need help with this, check out the DIY PR project at diy-pr.com, where we've got some really awesome pitch templates that you can plug and play or use as a jumping off point if you want to plug them into ChatGPT to customize for your brand. Number 3, create a few content pieces that reflect the same angles of your seasonal themes and your timely pitches. Number 4, consider plugging in those key dates like National Self-Care Day, Wellness Month, back to school transitions, really to amp up the relevancy in your posts. And most importantly, keep showing up, my friends, even if it's slower, even if it's lighter. While yes, things are typically slower in the summer season, you have permission to be that way as well too. Okay. Your consistency is what really positions you for growth in Q3 as well as beyond. All right, there you have it. Just a few quick and dirty reminders about how Q3 can be a dynamite season for PR and content. Obviously, depending on your particular business, some of these opportunities might align better than others. But take a look also at your competitors, your industry. Look back at news articles from years past and see what has trended in the media as well as on social media during this busy summer season. You might just find some really juicy hidden gems in there. If you're feeling excited about all of this, but also thinking, this is great, I'm going to Italy for the summer, or I've got my kids home, I'm afraid I'm going to miss these opportunities, I don't have time to pitch. That's where me and my team are happy to help come in and help. At Factor PR, we work with service providers and product based businesses to help you enhance your reputation, elevate your recognition, and ultimately earn more revenue easier by turning visibility into growth. So, whether you need help building your media kit, crafting a killer pitch, or developing that seasonal PR plan that actually moves the needle, our Path to Prominence method is built for this. You can visit factorpr.com if you want to learn more or chat with us about how we can support you this summer and beyond. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode deposited some useful advice and insights to help you grow your wealth. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future conversations. You can find more resources, episode details, and updates at growyourwealthpodcast.com. And let's keep the conversation going on Instagram. Follow me at Grow Your Wealth Podcast. I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, or takeaway from today's show. Until next time, remember, burnout is optional. Take care, and I'll see you next week.